Hello guys, Maya here. Happy Saturday. This is the beginning of my weekend vlog. Like I said, I'm gonna start doing weekend vlogs, so picking up the camera. I don't really have anything planned for today. I've been saying I want to do my laser hair removal for a good 2 or 3 weeks now. Like I started it, then I stopped, but you know, what's new for me? That's kind of how I do things around these parts. Trying to get out of that, but you know, it's a process. So I am, I'm having a really chill kind of like just introduction to my Saturday. I had a really interesting day the other day, like on Thursday. Really interesting, just not the whole day, but like towards the end of the day, it just became really interesting. I had this like, I guess, I don't know, awakening is the word. that's the word that I'm gonna use. I had this like awakening. So I'm trying to like dig into that, because I'm like a curious person that says all the time. So if I feel like I'm having questions about things, I like to dig into it and like see what it is. So I'm already in therapy, right? And I told you guys that I'm in therapy, and something that me and my therapist have talked about is, like, he says, like, the slower you go, the deeper you know. He doesn't say that exactly, but that's what's sinking into my brain right now. The slower you go, the deeper you know. Like, that's not exactly what they're saying. It doesn't matter. The slower you go, the more you feel. That's what it is. The slower you go, the more you feel. The slower you go, the more you feel, right? And I'm like, I talk so fast. I talk in circles. I'm like, this is not really making sense. I'm just kind of getting it out here. But I'm like, I talk so fast. I gotta stop doing everything like, and we have talked about that too, how I feel like very hasty about stuff. I'm like, there's literally no rush. Why are you like rushing to do things and to like, just rushing all the time, like impatient. Now I need it now, I need answers now. And it's like, just take your time. Like, take your time. The slower you go, the deeper you know. And I'm gonna try and name the vlog this. So yeah, I'm chilling today. I'm like trying to go slow today. Yes, trying to go slow today. I'm going to probably go to the gym because I love working out. I think it's warm outside, so I'm gonna try and get outside and like get some nature, because you know, nature's my thing. Very much into it. So yeah, I'm kind of hungry. Just extreme of consciousness. That's what vlogging is for me. Kind of hungry, which lets me know I'm alive. So I'm like, I need to eat something. I'm trying to decide if I should eat yogurt. I really want some French fries. But I'm also like, I need to eat more vegetables, because I go in these phases. Not even phases, like I just been eating crap like for years now. And it's funny because like I like to cook sometimes. I like to eat all the time. So I'm like, okay, I don't have to eat salads every day. I can eat. Last night I had spicy chicken nuggets. Spicy chicken nuggets and French fries. You know, I did not want these spicy nuggets. I wanted the regular. So I'm gonna give you a recommendation. This brand of chicken, oh my gosh. I get it from Food Lion. These things are so good. They are comparable, in my opinion, to the Chick-fil-A nuggets. So you want Chick-fil-A nuggets, but you're not trying to go to Chick-fil-A every day. You know, sometimes you get a kick and you want to eat the same thing over. See, I'm talking fast. You know what I'm about? You know how you get in a kick and you want to eat the same thing over and over and over again? If you like have a craving for Chick-fil-A, save yourself the heartache and go to Food Lion if you have one near you, or grocery store, and get these. But if you like spicy, get spicy. I don't usually get spicy. I usually get the regular. The spicy ones are good too, though. I'm telling you, this brand is good. That brand is good. And then with the Chick-fil-A sauce, with the Polynesian sauce, or whatever kind of sauce you like, oh my gosh. So that's what I had last night: spicy nuggets and some French fries. The Dollar Tree sells waffle fries, obviously for $1, now $1.25. It is what it is, inflation, you know. I am going to probably go to Dollar Tree and get those French fries because I really wanted them last night. And by the time I went to the store, it was closed. So I actually just go to Food Lion. But anyway, so yeah, that's my morning. I wanted to say hi, welcome you to the vlog, and let's go ahead and get started. Hey y'all, I wanted to turn the camera back on because I'm still over here talking to myself. We're spiraling, as I've been told. So look, I'm just like, I know I keep saying the slower you go, the deeper you know, whatever. But I'm like, I really am like kind of a spiraler. Like I'll go for A leads to Z so quickly with me. It's like, who said that, you know, what's the reason? Well, what's the reason? And you're missing a lot of the details when you work like that. Because there's a lot in between A to Z, and it's like, just because you think you landed on Z doesn't mean you actually got the point, or that you actually are there, or that's what it is, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just kind of like having a little thought session on a Saturday morning. And it's funny because like I say that I move fast, right? But not really. Like I actually move I feel like in life I'm kind of a slow mover. Like I really very much do things on my own pace. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. And it's like, and it doesn't mean that the thing doesn't need to be done. It's just like I'm not in the place to do it right now. So when I am in the place to do it is when I will do it. And I don't know if it's because I'm like turning 30 in a few weeks, and I'm like feeling like I need to get the ball rolling on, you know, figuring out life. It doesn't happen like that. Or if I'm just, I don't know. That's one option. But like I said, I am very much of a like analytical person. I like to analyze things. I like to try and make it make sense for myself. And I consider that's very true. Like someone can tell me something, I'm like, okay, cool. Like maybe it goes in one ear, maybe it goes in the other, or maybe something that they said or something that I observed sinks in and I understand it on a different level than maybe I did when someone else said the same exact thing or showed me the same exact thing, if that makes sense. So it's just interesting to observe like how things sink in differently for different people. And I've said that before, like people take things in differently. So someone, like I said, someone can say the same thing to you in this way, and another person can say the same thing to you in a different way. And for whatever reason, for whatever, you know, is resonating with you, one of them is gonna probably sink in deeper, even though it's the same thing. That's just because we're all different. We all experience things different, and we all absorb information differently. So yeah, I'm just kind of having a little ramble. I love a good old ramble, and I actually love vloggers that ramble. Like one of my favorite vloggers, I remember the first vlogger I really got into was like Dulce Candy. And now she has like her sweet Dulce Soul or something like that. Like I love her channel. Like I remember watching her like, oh, she's just speaking to me. And also like when Raven and Lease used to go on a lot of vlogs and, you know, rants, I guess that she would say. Like I like watching stuff like that too. I don't know any other people that I can think of off the top of my head that are like ranters, but I did like watching vloggers that rant, and I think I'm gonna start doing it. I really am gonna try. Like being consistent on YouTube is not an issue. Like especially now that I'm doing skincare stuff, because the skincare stuff I can shoot and edit that in like an hour, 30 minutes, if like my computer's moving slow. If I need to do a lot of maintenance work on the back end, which is what my job is teaching me. I'm like, the job that I have now is really like, you can do things one step at a time. Because for me, it's always like, okay, like like I said, I get from A to Z, so I'm like, okay, I have the idea, I make the idea, and then all the details in between have been missed out, because it's not like that. Things don't work like that. Like you have to literally like do. I feel like I'm moving into 30 on the right accord. Okay, look at me dancing. Anyway, what should I eat? So things I'm gonna do, I just don't know in what order. I'm gonna eat, go to the gym, try and do my laser, go to my parents' house. In what order those things will be done, I don't know. So I took a few bites already. Let me take another one. It's good. Hello guys. So I am fresh out of the shower and I'm needing to do my skincare. So I had a little breakout. Irritating. I'm like, what the heck? My skin was going good, it's looking good, still doing good, still looking good. But I'm like, let me go ahead and treat that and make sure that I am applying enough acids or enough exfoliating products to keep the acne at bay, as we talk about. As I said before, it's really hard for acne to live in acidic environments when your skin is balanced. It's always great, but if you know, when you're using exfoliating or higher pH products that can exfoliate your skin, It's really hard for acne to kind of thrive and continue to, you know, spread and whatnot in that kind of environment on your skin. So I'm like leaning to take care of that. I am going to use, I really don't want to overdo it because I know I'm going to probably put a few other things on top, but I'm going to use this toner. This is the vitamin C purifying toner. It has a little sting to it, so to me that means it's a higher pH. Anytime something stings, I just apply this right onto my hands and right onto my face. So, and it smells good. And also the Now brand, Now Solutions. I think that's GMC or some whole food type of fancy, not whole food, but not fancy, but whole food type of place. So it's their brand. So it means like nice clean ingredients. What's in this? Water, aloe vera leaf, glycerin, some other types of glycerin, alcohols, vitamin C, acai berry, go-to cola, never heard that, niacinamide, you know, we love that. Vitamin E, soy, olive oil, orange, grapefruit extract, potassium, and a few other things. So like I said, nice clean ingredients, we like that. So when you apply your products, as I've said every time, I'll let them sit for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, so it can absorb into your skin. It can have the full effect, because a lot of times you can even feel them, you know, working into your skin. I can feel it right now. So if I were to put something else on top of it right now, this wouldn't be able to reach its full potential, because it would be, my skin would be occupied with trying to now absorb another product and, you know, pull in the benefits from that. So I'm going to let this sink into my skin. Then I'm probably going to come back and use the pycinogenol, the 5% plus my rosehip oil, you know, my good old go-to, keep my skin nice and hydrated. Okay. All right, so sorry guys, I got distracted. I was trying to find something to wear, so we're gonna do that after we do this. My skin is dry. It's been well past 5 minutes since I applied this. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply the pycinogenol 5% antioxidant. And I know that my skin's always, I have dry skin, and everyone needs to make sure the skin's moisturized. But it's cold outside, so I want to put an extra like occlusive layer to kind of trap some moisture in. And also, like, I know that my skin needs the oils because of how dry it feels right now. So 5% pycinogenol. I usually use, I told you, oh my God, I'm so mad. I like spilled half the bottle and I'm big mad about it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 little drops. My hands are so shaky. And the rose hip, which for whatever reason, this pipette is like broken or something, because it just comes, as soon as I take it out of the bottle, it starts dripping everywhere. So let's go ahead and put this on. My skin is like soaking it up. Like, my skin is so dry. I put it on, I was like, feel like I was tugging at my skin because that's how dry it was. All right, so put this on and put it on, let it absorb. And it was perfect amount. It wasn't too much, it wasn't too little, it's just enough. So I'm gonna put this on and let this sink into my skin for 5 minutes. In that meantime, let's go figure out what I'm gonna wear. All right, so I think I'm gonna wear, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to my parents' house, so I'm not trying to do the most. I just want to put something decent on so I can look like I have some sense, you know. So I think I'm going to wear these jeans because I love these jeans, and they're very comfortable. I got these from TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something. Oh, the brand is Vanilla Star, and they're real cheeky. Meaning they make your butt look nice, and they really do. So they have some stretch to them, and they like, this is what they look like. They have some stretch to them. They're kind of short, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. I'm gonna wear boots and I'm gonna wear socks, so I'll be all right. And because they have stretch, they also have denim. Like that, to me, that's like important when it comes to denim. It's nice to have stretch, but not too stretchy to where it's like they're just like leggings pretty much. We want to have some structure to a jean, to a denim. Denim needs some structure. It's also nice to have the opposite, like the denim that's just all denim. It's like no stretchy, because they look very structured, but they're very uncomfortable. So you can get a nice in between like these that have some denim qualities and some spandex to where they're stretchy. That's when you're in for the win. So I think I'm gonna wear those jeans. I went to fashion school, so let me try and talk about fashion like I like it. I remember when I was in college, right? I love tangents. I was in college and I had a professor, and she came into the class one day, and we had to do reports like any other college major. You have to do reports. So this was a major in fashion merchandising. Capitalism, gotta love it. Anyway, major in fashion merchandising, and she was talking to us. She was saying, you guys love fashion, but you don't know how to talk about fashion. When I tell you, that was a line and it stuck into my brain. I still remember it. Like I remember mostly the feelings about college and whatnot, but not a whole lot of sentences that people say. So when she said that, it really stuck into my head, and it reemerged itself because now I'm in real estate, right? Pretty much what I'm saying is, a lot of people in different fields don't know how to talk about what they do. Like, it's just a thing. Like, you do something and you just do it. It's like, but you don't really know how to talk about it. So with real estate, and me working with different agents, I have found that a lot of the agents who love real estate, they're great at real estate, but they don't know how to talk about real estate. And it's very interesting that people can have a great interest in something, but they don't know how to articulate it. I mean, it's kind of common, right? That articulating things is difficult. And it's one of those things that either you're born with it or you have to try at it, right? So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to go on that rant. Let's find a shirt. I told you I got a lot of stuff. I got lots of clothes. Okay, perfect. I think I'm gonna wear this. I've been wanting to wear this sweater for a couple days now. I'm not ironing it. Don't care. Mind yours. I think I'm gonna wear this with those jeans and some boots, and that's cute. That's simple. Bam, bada bing, bada boom. All right, so let me put this on, and I'll be back. How's it going? All right, so and I look crazy, y'all. My hair's just beautiful. It's just, I need to wash it. I can't get my hands to it, but that's, you know, normal type 4-ish. So I'm just gonna hit with one of these. I think that's cute, and I'm gonna like gel it down. Because I've been seeing the girlies do that, where they like take this little bit and they gel it. I'm like, well, that's cute, and they pull it back, but it already has tension damage or whatever. I'm like, that's just gonna create more tension damage. I'm lying. I'm not gonna do that, but I am gonna gel it, but I'm not going to catch it up because it is just going to create more tension damage. And my skin feels good and soft, dude. Go ahead and let's put a little bit of gel on these little pieces in the front. Not that much. It's kind of a lot. Because you got, you know, you want to slick the edges down. It's nice to have some nice slick edges, so that's always a look, a cute look. Can't go wrong with that. Slick the edges down if you desire. Not necessary, not required. Up to you. And what you feel, what the vibe is. I think that's all I'm doing. I got a lot of gel on my hand still. Okay, so let's hit a little bit here. Yeah, I just wanted like these little pieces to come down. And let me pull out a brush. Because it creates like a headband. It's like it's kind of weird on camera. These pieces need to be cut so bad, y'all. Look at that. I just need to go ahead and cut them off. Somebody come do it for me, because I'm not going to do it. They need to be cut though. Like, look at that. Crazy. Don't forget, very important, put your sunscreen on. Okay, so I'm dressed. I need a place where I need like a mirror so I can show you guys what I have on. Anyway, so this is what I have on. The sweater, the jeans, stuff on the floor, Doc Martens, nothing special. My sister is potty plant. Where's your ball at? The jam session over there. Let me have it. Let me have it, girl. Alright, y'all. I came to the gym. So let's get into the workout. Good morning, guys. I love to start my vlogs like that. Excited for a new day, excited for a new week. I feel like I'm headed on the right track. I just really want to hold myself accountable. I just need to really get better at holding myself accountable and to do the things I want to do and like sticking to it. Like, it's not cute to be like wishy-washy in and out all the time. Like, let's get it going and keep it going. All right, keep the momentum. The tides are turning again like they always do. The tides are turning again like they always do. Let me clean this kitchen up because it's a mess in here. I had the craziest dream last night, kind of related to the situation that I spoke on, and I'm gonna be more than likely gonna be able to speak on it maybe like a few months or whatever. But I hate people do that. But anyway, I just had the craziest dream last night, and I was like, whoa, dreams are so interesting. They're just so interesting how they can really work through what's going on in your life, what's going on in your brain, what's going on just under the surface that you're either trying to repress or that you're not really wanting to put energy into, or that you're just mostly things that you're actually actively dealing with like on a regular basis, or that you're trying to repress. And it's so interesting how they just bring things up and amplify them, and the stories they can tell, and the way that we can flip them into meaning one thing or another. In the moment, it didn't feel like a dream or reality. It just felt like that's what it was. That was. And you've ever been in a situation like that where you're pretty much not able to tell yourself, get it together. Like, you're not able to come back into yourself, if that makes sense. You're not able to like breathe and just be like, okay, breathe. This too shall pass. This is a moment. Relax. Like, this is either real, if it actually is happening, or it's a dream. In my case, it's a dream. And it was so interesting, but like the way that it ended was good. Like, it had a good ending for me anyway. Okay, now I'm going to make my pancakes. Let's take the first bite here, because you guys know. Thanks. Can't go wrong with a pancake. Hey guys, okay, so I am going to include this part in my Sunday vlog, or my weekend vlog, because it came to my mind again. I was watching somebody on YouTube talk about real estate, and I was like, I mentioned the lease to own or rent to own program, and I'm going to try and include the comment on the screen somewhere if I remember. When one of my subscribers, one of my viewers had asked about it, to describe lease to own more. So we're talking about real estate, right? So I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Virginia. I'm licensed to start real estate in the state of Virginia. And as I started learning more about real estate, I got more and more interested in it, and that's kind of what got me into getting my license to sell real estate. So there's that. That and a friend that was, talking to me about it. But anyway, so how lease to own works, let's get on that. So a lot of people don't really know a whole lot about real estate, especially people in Black and brown communities, disenfranchised communities, minority communities, for a variety of reasons. But a lot of us don't know a whole lot about real estate, myself included, and that's why I wanted to learn more about real estate. So as I was learning more about it, and I was wanting to purchase real estate, I have not been one to keep a traditional job. And there are three things that creditors, mortgage lenders look at when you are trying to purchase a home. That's first and foremost, the most important is stable income. Do you have a stable, consistent job? Have you held a stable, consistent job for 2 years? Is usually what they say is the minimum, but that can even be that can be debated, that can even be worked around, and I'm working to prove that theory right now. So I'm going to speak more on that also once I actually have some concrete evidence, because one of my lenders told me that there's a workaround for it, but I want to make sure that that is the truth before I tell you guys. I want to have my home purchased before I can tell you guys that. So, but typically 2 years, consistent income, the same job, 2 years. W-2 income. This is not self-employed. Self-employed, also 2 years for self-employed, but self-employed, you have to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, because self-employed, they're looking at all your records. Like, these are all things that you're saying that you're making, so they have to dig a little bit deeper in that. When it comes to mortgages and getting approved for a mortgage, one of my colleagues at work said that she likes to tell her, just another real estate agent that's in my brokerage, she said she likes to break it to her clients like this: who do you know personally in your life is going to lend you $100,000 or $300,000 or, you know, however much the home costs without some due diligence? And that's a great way to look at it, because that's essentially what it is. They're lending you all this money. It's a lot of money. And that's why I like to go on tangents. I'm going to go off on a tangent for a little bit. I feel like the mortgage system, the banking, the system to own a home right now is not the best. There has to be other ways, but that's another topic for another time. But the system that there is that works for most people is to get approved for a mortgage. Now, like, going back to that, 2 years consistent job income is the main thing, most important thing. You can have no money, you can have effed up credit, but if you got that consistent job, that's one of the most important things that you need to get approved for a house. Now, going back to the other two things, the money, so having a savings is important, especially in this market, because coming off of the times that we're in, there are a lot of uncertainties. So for that reason, interest rates were very low. So a lot of people were trying to buy homes. There were a lot of buyers in the market, but there were not as many sellers. So it was a seller's market, meaning that sellers could literally sell their shack for 5 times the price, and people were purchasing them. And I'm exaggerating. This is exaggeration. But what I mean is that homes are going for a lot more than they typically would. That should not discourage you from purchasing a home, though, because owning real estate, 9 times out of 10, it's going to make you money in the long run. And it's like an easy, consistent, because everyone has to have somewhere to stay. We understand there's all types of issues with the real estate and affordability, affordable housing. Again, I love to ramble, and I would love to talk on these things if you guys find interest in them, because I am interested in them as well. I'm not an expert. I just have a real estate license, and anyone can get a real estate license, let's put it like that. So, but you know, I've done the work, and I'm gonna pat myself in the back because I did do the work and I passed the test, and I am a real estate agent, so I can speak on that. I don't know what's up with the neck roll. So going back to my checklist, consistent income, that's 1. Do you have any money saved? That's 2. Number 3 is your credit. Like I said, really, if you have the job, the other 2 can be worked around. If you have cash to pay cash, who cares about credit? And you know, as long as they can prove that it's not illegally gained money. But for the the average person is going to need to have all 3 of these things lined up. And when I mean credit, so minimum credit score, a lot of people will be surprised. I'm going to speak on state of Virginia, where I'm from, and from the lenders that have told me 580. 580 is a minimum credit score they can work with. Now, if you want to get a down payment assistance, which most people do need, because we know that most Americans can't even afford a $500 pretty much most Americans don't have any money saved. Most Americans don't have $500 emergency. There you go. Most Americans don't have $500 saved for an emergency. If an emergency happens, most people are SOL because they don't even have $500 saved, and that's I'm one of those people. So let's keep it a buck. That's very average. It's very typical. So if you can get your credit to 620, then you'll qualify for down payment assistance and closing cost assistance. And in this market, it's very important to have those, because sellers are, like I said, selling those shacks for 5 times what they normally would. So even if the house needs work, even if the house is not perfect, you're more than likely not going to find a seller that's going to give you closing costs. Sellers don't do down payments, but closing cost is something that sellers sometimes will assist with, especially if it's a buyer's market where there's a lot of buyers. And no, I'm sorry, if the buyer's market would be the opposite. Would be there's a lot of homes for sale and not a lot of buyers. Seller's market would be where there's a lot of buyers looking to purchase, but not a lot of homes. Home inventory is low. Right now, home inventory is low, and there are a lot of buyers because the interest rates are low. Everything's looped. So yeah, so that's kind of like a little basic rundown on the most important things that mortgage brokers are looking for when you're going to purchase a home. Your job, consistent income, provable, preferably W-2. I mean, if you're self-employed, not an issue, as long as you have all your documents and ducks in a row, can prove that you make enough to qualify for the mortgage. 2 would be your income, your savings. I'm sorry, not your income, your savings. How much money do you have saved? And the third one is credit. So there's that. Now we're talking about lease to own, right? So if you're on the path to a lease to own, more than likely one of the 3 or all of the 3 are not aligning for you. So in my case, I have not kept a consistent job. I did a lot of gig work. I did a lot of video production work, which is gig work. I wasn't making a whole lot of money from doing those gig jobs. I would have periods in between where I was working this gig job, then I pick up a completely different style of job. Like, that's just something that I've done throughout my 20s. I've taken my 20s to really experience life, like to really just travel, to try different jobs, try different things. Girl, it's been a headache, trust me. But it's, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not really complaining about it, but that's just the choices that I made. So now I'm at a point where, like, okay, I want to purchase a house, but I don't have the consistent income. I haven't had the consistent income. So I was like, okay, what can I do to purchase a home? I got my real estate license. I was looking it up, and I was hearing about lease to own. I was also hearing about another option which could work, seller financing. Seller financing might be kind of hard to find in this market because it is a seller's market, and they can sell literally anything, but it's not impossible. Hard is not being impossible. You can find sellers that are willing to finance their property. It just depends on the person. Like, even when it comes to purchasing real estate, there's been instances where, okay, a seller would get, they're getting way more than this, but just for example, seller would get 2 offers. One of them is offering one buyer. There have been situations where there are 2 buyers for this one house. One buyer is offering $10,000 over the asking price. The other buyer is offering just the asking price, but that buyer is also reaching out to the seller, making the seller, letting the seller know how interested they are in this home. Just write it like something like a letter, is what I'm saying. Sometimes buyers will write letters to the sellers, and something as simple as that could help them to win the win the deal. They could be the one chosen over the person who offered $10,000 more. So what I'm saying is, we're dealing with people here. You can find seller financing if you find the right seller. If there's a seller that for whatever reason they click with you, they want to get, I don't know, they want to pass their home down to someone who, I don't know, insert anything here. For whatever reason, the seller clicks with you, and they decide they put their trust in you. They decide they're going to finance their home through you, or they're going to allow you to finance their home through them. That's how seller financing works. So a lot of times, from my understanding of it, is like someone may already have a mortgage, and you're paying them, and then they can get the deed to you once you paid the house off, or they can take out another mortgage, still will be in their name, because they're the ones that's going to, because for whatever reason you can't qualify for a mortgage. You would get your own mortgage if you can qualify for your own mortgage, but if you're trying to do seller financing, you don't qualify for your own mortgage, you can't qualify for the mortgage for the for the home that you want, then you are if you get lucky, pretty much, and you find someone that's willing to seller finance, they'll take out a mortgage and you'll pay it to them or pay it to the bank, depending on the situation that you guys put together. There's that. Anyone that has a different understanding, feel free to leave it below in the comment section. I'm not claiming to be, I'm not know-all, okay? I do not at all act like I know everything, because I know that I don't. But from my understanding of seller financing, that's how it works. Now let's talk about lease to own. What I started this rant for. Lease to own. I'm talking about my story. As a real estate agent, I have access to the MLS in the state that I live in. So what I did was, the way I found my lease to own that I'm currently in right now, I looked for homes that had been on the market for a long time. I moved in this place in May. Back in May, ever since 2020, ever since 2020, the housing market has been hot everywhere, pretty much everywhere. The housing market has been hot, even here. So if there's a home that's sitting for a while, there's a reason. So there's that. So I was looking for homes that had been sitting, and I was just contacting every single agent, like, hey, I see this house has been sitting for a while. Would your seller be interested in doing seller financing? Most of them were like, no. Or lease to own. I said seller financing or lease to own. Most of them said no. I found this particular person, the guy, when I contacted the real estate agent, I called him, and he was like, oh my gosh, he was excited. He was like, he understood lease to own and seller financing, similar to how I understand it. He was really excited about it. He's like, I have this investor, we have this home that's been sitting, which is the home that I'm in. We have this home that's been sitting. If you're interested in it, it's yours. Pretty much is what he said. Of course, it wasn't that simple, but that's more or less what it was. So I went to look at the house. I told him I was a real estate agent. Obviously, he knows I was a real estate agent because I was contacting him as an agent looking for a house. I told him my situation, and we ended up working it out. So every lease to own agreement is going to be different, because there are not a lot of processes that exist that are standardized when it comes to lease to own. Now, the agency that I'm with now, I've heard of this one company called Home Partners of America, and that's pretty dope. What I mean, so Home Partners of America, they have a lease to own program that's kind of similar to the situation I'm in right now, where you look at the, you know, you look for a house and they have to agree to purchase the house. It's either they have to agree to purchase the house, and because it is, you know, it's gonna be their investment. They have to agree to purchase the house, and then you have 5 years to get the mortgage in your name. So in that 5 years, you need to be making sure that you're getting your consistent income, getting your income together so you can qualify for a mortgage, because that's the most important part. The most important part of qualifying for a mortgage is being able to prove that you have consistent, reliable income. That's the most important thing. Now, like I said, cash is king. If you have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, you would just buy it, like, if you wanted to. But even if you didn't, you still be able to leverage that to be able to get a mortgage. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Most Americans are going to need to get a mortgage. So you need to have your income together, consistent, stable. File them taxes. Make sure you have all the tax documents, because that's what they're going to look at. They're not just going to take your word for it. No one's going to loan you $100,000 or more off just your word. They don't know you. Even if they do know you, like, most people, that's more than likely not going to happen. So lease to owns are out there. There are programs, like I said, Home Partners of America, which but I believe the way that this one works is it's pretty much like you put it first and last down, like an apartment deposit, and you have 5 years to get the mortgage in your name. A lot of times, you guys need to keep this in mind, though. If you do not take the option, so what with lease to own, what it is you have the option to purchase. If you don't take up on that option and you put a down payment down, in my case, I put down a pretty hefty down payment on this place. If you put a down payment down and you do not take up on that offer to purchase, then the down payment's gone. Whatever you put down, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, that's gone, because that's the offering, pretty much, that you give to allow them to let you live in their house without the mortgage being in your name, because it is essentially, it's a rental, but it's a lease to own. So you have the option to purchase, and you have to have your documents in a row. You know, you have to have your documents in line and in order within the 5 years that you have allowed to purchase the home for the Home Partners of America. And of course, it varies from case to case, from person to person, because there is no standardized practice when it comes to lease to own. But they are out there, and if you are looking for one, I would suggest, I'm a real estate agent in the state of Virginia. I can help y'all. Hey, if you're looking in the state of Virginia, I can help you. I can I have some contacts I can put you in touch with, and I can help you through the process. Especially, just let me know. Leave it in the comment section below if you're in the state of Virginia and you're looking to learn more about lease to own, because I can definitely assist you with that. Or hit up a real estate agent. Sometimes real estate agents, I'm going to be honest, are hesitant to work with lease to owns because there is no standardized practice. So there's no guarantee that they're going to get paid from you going through that process. But some agents are actually, you know, very helpful and wanting to help people, so they will help you figure it out, or they'll help you get on track to be able to purchase a home in your own name, i.e. get your own mortgage, which pretty much all agents would do that, because they know that eventually you will be purchasing property, and you're gonna go through them if gonna go through that agent if you guys work together, you guys work out. So yeah, lease to owns. They can definitely be awesome, but you just have to keep in mind that a lot of people don't like them because it is an option to purchase, and if you decide not to purchase, you forfeit whatever money that you put down as that option. If it's $10,000, but you just have to know what you're getting yourself into. Read the documents. Don't just be so excited, oh my God, I bought a home. No, it's not that simple. Unless you have a mortgage in your name, you do not own that home. You are leasing to own. So you make sure that you know what you're signing. Make sure you know what the deal is. If you're putting $10,000 down as the option to purchase, and it is non-refundable, meaning if you do not purchase the home, you're not getting that $10,000 back, you need to know that. You need to make sure that you're understanding and you're aware of that. Also, you need to understand how much of the monthly rent that you're paying is going towards the mortgage. Because in my case, some of the payments that I'm making are going towards my mortgage. So when I get the mortgage in my name, I'm already going to be coming into it with equity, as opposed to going into it starting with a brand new mortgage. So those are things you need to also know. You need to know, if I'm paying $1,000 a month, is $500 of it going towards a mortgage, but also it's a premium. Another thing, it's a premium. You're paying a premium cost, so you're not paying the mortgage for your house. The mortgage for the actual house may only be $800, but you're probably paying $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. Some of that's going towards the person for allowing you to live in their house. It's just the name of the game, y'all. Sometimes you're going to be paying premium prices But if it's the home that you want and you don't want to move around a lot and you want to start building some equity and you want to, you know, you're going to have somewhere to stay regardless, right? So if you're in the mindset that I was, which I want to put something towards something that I can own in the future, as opposed to me spending money on rent, because I need to have somewhere to live. I don't want to waste money on rent. I need to be able to, I would like to be able to put some money into something that I can invest, take back out of. Okay, I'm back. Just be aware of get what you're getting yourself into. You want to go through someone that you trust. In my case, I went through I'm a real estate agent. The person that I found this home through was also a real estate agent, so that's a little bit of skin in the game for both of us. You want to make sure that you're going through someone you trust. And there's, I think, I'm gonna be honest, that's what can make it tricky, because if there's you find somebody on Craigslist who's doing a lease to own and you don't have the proper documentation in place, then you can get screwed. You just need to make sure that you're going through a reputable person, a reputable process. The Home Partners of America is a legitimate process that is set up and has all the documentation in place to do lease to own. So that's a good option. And when I was looking, before I even found this house, I was just doing research, and there's a company in California that exists that does lease to own. So there are quite a few different options, because I think that a lot of us are aware that the old, just the classic mortgage process is not as inclusive as it could be. So, because everyone has to live somewhere, so even the people that may not be able to qualify for a mortgage because they don't keep jobs, or because whatever the case may be, everyone needs to have an option to be able to own real estate, or at least own their house, if the place that they're living, if they want to do so. And more or less you do. It's just you have to do certain things to qualify for that. So I don't know how much, if I want to ramble on this for too long, but lease to own is an option. If you are interested in finding out more information, definitely do your research. If you're in the state of Virginia, contact me, because I know about the process. I'm literally going through the process now, and I haven't had a bad experience. My experience has been good. I like the place that I am at. It's not perfect, so keep that in mind too, because a lot of times lease to owns are set up that way for a reason. The house, you're more than likely not going to get a brand new, super shiny, perfect house. But I think people that own real estate know that there's more value in the owning of the real estate than actually what the property looks like, because you can always fix those things over time. Like, say you want to rent for the next 6 months because the houses that you're looking at aren't perfect. If you buy something, all the money for 6 months, the money that you're putting into the place that you own is going to be money that you can pull back out eventually. Rentals, that's gone. When you get them that $1,300 a month, you're never going to see that again. That's gone. Poof, be gone. So even if you don't own and I like to say this too a lot. I think a lot of people have this idealized, I'm going to buy either my dream house or no house. I don't agree with that. I don't think that even makes any sense, because I spoke about this. So the reason I got into real estate, right, was to help Black and brown people get into real estate, to be able to own their own property, own the place that they live at the very least. Because I said before, a lot of us don't have money. Most of us don't have money to waste, and renting is a waste of money. That's the way I feel about it. I know it's not that simple. Also, it's not that simple. When I speak on things, I never speak on I'm right and you're wrong, because I don't believe that. I know that there's in between and gray area to everything, but I also feel like if you have the option to purchase, even if it's not your dream home, even if it's like a home, even if it's not your dream location, if you're from an area and you know the area and you it's a little over there, but I could live there. Or if you have lived there, and you wouldn't feel uncomfortable living there, I would live there and put that money into a house that I can own, so that way I can pull that money back out if I need to, as opposed to renting in a nicer, upscale neighborhood, putting money into something that's not doing anything for you. It's literally not doing anything for you. I know people also, peace of mind is important. So there's just so many factors. Like, if your peace of mind is very important, so you don't want to live somewhere where you're on eggshells all the time. But if you can tolerate living somewhere that's not your dream home, but you're still able to put equity, build equity, and not be wasting money on rent, then just think about it. I like to say I like to plant seeds. So I'm just planting a seed. It's not for everyone. This is not even maybe an option for you. It's not that deep. If you want to do it, do it. If you want to find out more information, find out more information about it. If you don't, then just pass on by. But I just think that if people have the option to save their money, then they should do that, as opposed to giving it away. But yeah, anyway, so there's that. It is Sunday evening. I might go to the gym again. I might sit on the couch the rest of the evening. I don't know, but I will definitely wrap this vlog up before the weekend's over, and I will talk to you guys later. See how earlier I was talking about lease to owns? Yeah. So now this is my problem. Literally, in my situation, in my case, this is a good example. I was talking about lease to owns earlier in this vlog. This is my lease to own, and in my case, all issues are on me. Something else to keep in mind. Something else to keep in mind, people. All right. So that means I gotta fix this. Whatever this is, I have to fix it. Then I come and fix it. I have to fix it. Can you see? I'm trying to show you the water. Hold on. Look at that. Oh, it's really full now.